Google just announced the Pixel 9 lineup, and along with, of course, their AI features, which is called Gemini. So there's a lot of cool stuff that they added this year. That's what I want to go over in this video. I think for the next few years, we can expect to hear a lot about AI and just the constant improvements that are happening. As far as I'm concerned with AI, I've kind of been skeptical. It just seems like for at least a little while that it's been mostly just a advanced voice assistant. And I know that there's a lot more to it than that, but that just seems like what it's been blown out of proportion to be. However, I will say, and I will give credit where credit's due as far as Gemini is concerned. It does seem to have a lot of nice practical uses that are about to be launched off with the Pixel 9 lineup. It's kind of been hard to wrap my head around some of the features that are being talked about. I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate this into my everyday life, because if you think about it, we've been used to voice assistants for years at this point. So how do we kind of raise that level or break that glass ceiling of what AI is really, the potential that it has is kind of mind-blowing to me. There's a few takeaways that I noticed that kind of impact the way I think about AI as far as what we're going to get with the Pixel lineup. The biggest thing to me is the free flow conversation. You can add prompts, you can ask prompts, you can have basically a conversation with Gemini, and let's say that you're trying to develop something, and then you want to add another element to that, and then you can keep on adding those elements until you get the result that you want. One of the examples that I thought was pretty cool was one of the invitations that you want to send out to a group text. So you start off with a theme, what you want to say on the text, you can make adjustments, change the scene even, and again, just get to the point of the result that you're looking for, that you're happy with. I am going to appreciate the fact that you don't have to constantly say the voice assistant prompts. I'm not going to say it because I don't want all my stuff to go off at the same time. I do appreciate that fact that you can continuously add to the conversation and to the prompts and what you're trying to get, instead of hey this or hey that, just to get activation going with that conversation. I am looking forward to when they implement this kind of stuff into the home devices. That to me would actually take things to a better level versus just using the phone. I like the fact that there are a lot of features that are going to be available across Android in general. There are going to be some Android exclusives, and especially to the Pixel 9 lineup, so you got to have the supported devices in order to take full advantage of what's being presented with Gemini. What I don't like is the paid tier options. You have Gemini, but then you got Gemini Advanced. And then it's going to be a yearly, monthly fee kind of stuff tacked onto all the other subscriptions that we're all tired of paying. So with that said, and with what was presented, and I'll leave a link to their presentation if you're curious to listening for yourself with all the details. Is this something that you're going to be paying for? All right, I don't want to talk about AI anymore, so let's move on to the Pixel, because that's what I'm most excited about. Google's releasing a lot of phones at one time. This is the first time that I think that they've done anything like this. You've got the Pixel 9, you got the Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and then you got the Pixel Fold, then you got the Pixel Fold, oh gosh, and then last, the Pixel Fold Pro. Is that what it's called? Pixel 9 Pro Fold Pro. It's confusing. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I wish they would just call it the Pixel Fold and then leave it at that. Anyways, the biggest thing that I liked about it was that between the Pro models, the regular Pro models, not the Fold, you get the same features across the board, minus the screen size and the battery size, and that's just obvious. So it's really cool that you're not sacrificing camera quality, you're not sacrificing on screen resolution quality, RAM, anything like that. So I really love and appreciate that. And I hope more manufacturers do that kind of stuff, because not everybody wants the bigger phone. Some people want the smaller one. So you have that choice and you're not going to get lesser quality. So that's awesome. Pixel has done an amazing job with call features, and some of those features are call screening and all that kind of stuff. But another practical thing that they're doing this year is call notes. So it records your call, and if you need a summarization of that call, you can have text notes of that. And that's amazing to me, because you can focus on the conversation and not worry about missing anything. You can go back and refer to those notes. Any important notes on that conversation will be documented. So it's really nice. I love that feature, and I will definitely be taking advantage of it. And best of all, it stays on the phone. It doesn't go to the cloud, so it's private and secure. Along with the note-taking kind of stuff, you got a screenshots app that is coming to the Pixel lineup. And what that does, and the best way I could summarize that, is basically your own personal Pinterest board. So, you take screenshots, you're trying to have reminders, you're trying not to forget something, and then you'll be able to interact with that screenshot, whether it's a link, a picture, or you're trying to find where you can find a particular item. One of the coolest features that I think that came out from the announcement is the Add Me feature with the camera. There's always that one person that has to take the photo. So what this does is allow you to have that group shot. You've got the group, you've got the photographer, and then once that initial shot is shot, you can have someone come out off that group, or everyone for that matter, and then you can come over to that spot, take a picture, and it basically photoshops that person into that group picture as if someone that you don't even know is taking that. You don't have to ask anybody to take a picture. You're out at a tourist attraction of some sort at times and you're trying to take a group picture, a big selfie. I've got long arms, so sometimes that works out, but at times, I would just like to have the whole scene in the picture. Anyways, I don't have to ask anybody to take that. You don't have to worry about someone asking you, hey, do you want me to take a picture for you? You can just take care of it all yourself. With the Pixel Fold, there's a really neat feature that is maybe going to help get those kids to smile at the camera. So what you're able to do is hold the phone up, and then you got a fun image on the side that they're looking at. So they're looking at it, and hopefully you'll get a smile out of them looking at that image, the cartoony image, whatever it is. Kind of along that same lines, you got a dual previews to where you can use the best camera on the phone and be able to see on either screen. And then the last thing about the camera that I really like is the dual exposure for video. And what that does is help you get a really nice clean and crispy video, because it underexposes and then overexposes two different video feeds basically, and then combines that together, and you're able to get really clean shadows, really nice highlights. So I'm really looking forward to testing out those features on the Pixel 9. The biggest thing that you need to know about the Pixel Watch is that you have now a 45mm option, which I'm hoping to get because that's a bigger watch face, and the small one just looked really tiny on my wrist. So it wasn't a preference of mine. I had to get a watch band that made it look a little bit beefier. I'm used to beefier watches, and that's my preference. That's what I like. That's the style that I prefer. So hopefully with this new one, I'll be able to have something that feels better on my wrist. There's also a really neat health feature that was added to the watch, which is called loss of pulse. And so this just basically helps eliminate time between someone losing a pulse and then the emergency services coming to that person. So it's able to dial out to emergency services and get them to you quicker. So I really like that fact, and I hope that this helps. All right, so what are some of your favorite features and takeaways that you learned about the Pixel event? What are some things that you're looking forward to trying out and using? Let me know down in the comments, and subscribe to this channel so you can see more videos like this, more Pixel coverage coming out really soon. And until then, I'll catch you next video. Hope you have a good day.